Well, I missed this the first time around because, as you can see, the dark version of the Musterman skin has come out. I've been messing around with that because there's a couple behind-the-scenes things I do in addition to make the skin a bit more palatable to me. Uh, Probably the biggest thing is when you go and look at a player, everything's bolded and a little bit bigger. I'd blame the bifocals, and I'd be mostly correct, but it looks nicer to me when they're bigger and bolded like that. But as you can see, Jimin has done a lot of very nice things. The one thing I'm really a fan of is the homepage right here. So you got the league table, this big center table here you can use for a ton of stuff. Available jobs, head coach performance, team competitions, training calendar. This is what I would use it the most for because I can just go in and set everything. So like as an example, week off, week game Sunday. What else we got here? Match tactics, if I want to take a look at that. And then over here, we've got some of the other stuff, including like player stats and things like that. Training performance down here, so you can go and praise the players that you want to if you need to, sort of thing. So it's just all in all a brilliant skin. I liked the light version. I am really liking the dark version. I've been playing it all of 5 minutes after I got all my other fixes and adjustments in. So the other thing I do is I add the instant result button from WandaShop. It copies and pastes right in. So, and I was clicking through in that, and I missed the new intake of youth players. And compared to last year, which was a golden generation, this is still a pretty good intake. It's got a lot of very good players and a lot of players that have potential. First up, Mamadi Diarra, a keeper from Mali, 1-star, current 4-star potential. So what I'm looking at here in a keeper is focus, reflexes, positioning, handling, command of area, rushing out, ones-on-ones. Basically everything up in here. The first touch I'd like to be a little bit higher. The technique I would like to be a little bit higher, but he's got good decision making. He's got good passing, decent determination, no stamina whatsoever. But then again, he's a keeper. How much stamina does he really need? I realize that's a trick question, but you know, that remains to be seen. It says injury proneness might have a problem with injuries. He is a French under 19 national already. I must have missed him. We'll go ahead and get him on a contract. Why wait? Moussa Fofana, a center of the field player, defensive center back, defensive mid, midfielder, advanced mid. 1-star, current 3.5-star potential. 19 bravery's nice. 18 fitness, 16 balance, 15 determination, 11 technique, 11 first touch. Unambitious, though. That's interesting, considering he also has a 15 determination. 5'8", 130 pounds, 15 years old. But you know what? We'll get him signed to a contract as well. For players rated this highly, potential-wise, there'd have to be a bunch of stuff I really disliked, like a 3 determination for me to really consider signing them. 6'2" at 15 years old, 3 determination, 5 strength, 16 bravery, though. Low determination. We'll skip Menagong right here. Remy Cisse. Advanced midfield on the left, can also play striker, advanced midfield on the right. 1-star, current 4-star potential. Nice ball control skills already. Decent agility-wise. Fitness needs to come up. His work rate's nice. Good acceleration. Good technique. Positioning needs work. Balanced personality. Not the best, not the worst. And then Maximilian Renier. 1-star, current 3.5-star potential. This is actually not bad, other than the 4 determination. What the heck is up with this 4 determination stuff? You know what? We'll get him signed, just cause. And then Alexis Vincent, 13 determination. They're kind of all over the place. 5 balance is not the best. Positioning and marketing need help. 4 composure needs help. But good flair, good technique, good dribbling. Nice acceleration and pace, good work rate. We'll go ahead and sign him. So we've got Lille coming up in a few days, but we can go ahead and take a look at what's happened since we lost to Monaco and Reims. We drew at PSG. This was a really good game. They played worse than we did at the end of the day. They had 11 shots, 4 on target. We had 9 and 3. Their XG was only 1.1. Possession was fairly equal. They had more players who had bad games. Now, Hakimi on a 6'8", Donnarumma on a 6'7", and Galan on a 6'8", you'd be like, okay, I'd be happy with that. Maybe not Neymar on a 6 or Mbappe on a 9, but for whatever reason, they looked a lot worse than their final scores suggest. Gueye was on a 7-4. Basic and Demir had solid games. Bachmann didn't have the best, but he had enough going on in front of him. It's just for whatever reason. The missed penalty kick by Neymar on the 88th minute helped. The Odegaard goal was nice though, and then we drew it with Rennes. This was a very back and forth game. We scored in the 9th minute. They scored in the 19th minute. Basic scored in the 27th minute. They equalized right before half. Durimbe put them up in the 75th minute. Then we got a penalty kick 2 minutes later. Gueye equalized. We had our chances near the end of the game as well, and it just didn't go well for us. So Gueye is actually having a very solid season for us. If we look at his performance here, the player analytics, so on and so forth, he's in the middle of the pack. But, you know, when you've got Mbappe and a bunch of others playing as well, he's got 19 goals, an XG of 11.6, 2 assists, 790 passes. He's got a good pass completion rating. He's been very good in the air. He's been really good form-wise. And his total per 90 minutes are nice as well. He's well worth the money we paid for him. He's definitely one of those players who is, I say it a lot, and I really do, but I really mean it. Solid but unspectacular. You know, and I'm not paying him to be spectacular. I'm not expecting 25, 30 goals a season out of him. 15 to 20 goals, yes, and I'm getting that. He's not the goal-scoring threat that I would expect other young strikers to be. He does a job for us in this formation, and he's doing it really, really well. And I'm more than satisfied with it. You know, I mean, if we look at the formation, and I'm just going to quick pick here to get Tome off the field, and you know, I've got this essentially is. It's a wingback, winger, central mid formation. Because eventually what ends up happening is, and we've seen this before, and this is going to be a really poor representation of what happens, but I hope you follow along. The deep line forward falls back into somewhere in here. The wingers eventually move up into here. The wingbacks come up into here. And then depending on what the mids are doing, the mids end up in here. The halfback comes up, and the defensive backs actually come out up this way, but they're actually a little bit wider. They fit in this half space here. And as a result, I've got to reset this. As a result, if we look at the players and we just go by, you know, okay, we'll go by goals. Okay, Gueye has 19 goals, and some of those are off set pieces. Gueye has 19 goals. Some of those are off set pieces. Basic has 5, Polistri has 5, Itten has 3, Agudelo has 3, Demir has 1. A lot of the guys that left had some more of the goals. Beza had 4 goals and 5 assists. Badui, 1 goal, 1 assist, but he played center mid more often than not. They're the facilitators. Sanchez, who was the wingback, 1 goal, 3 assists. This may not be the best season in terms of statistics to show that off, but as you can see, like especially if we go to assists, there's a lot of guys with a lot of assists. Doesn't seem like a lot of numbers because a lot of my assist guys left, but I like the fact that we're not relying on one guy to score. Sure, Gueye with 19 goals looks like he is the one man who we can't afford to lose. And in a sense, we're right, because the role he plays and the role Itten plays as the deep line forward in this formation are really key. When you look at the league standings, we're currently in 5th. We have 50 goals for, 36 goals against, a goal differential of plus 14. You know, the 50 goals for puts us 4th in the league. Now, the issue with that is that obviously, if we're looking at that here, that's 19, that's 28, that's 31, 34, 35, 36, 37. I'm missing 13 goals, and those were the players that left, mostly. Could be a couple guys on the second team or the B squad that are also contributing. Maya is not it. Maybe the under 19 squad as well. Maya's been starting on the B squad. Anyone? No, not really. So it was the guys that left making up for that, and that's a solid performance all around. It's there's a reason we're in 4th place. So I'm not complaining about the stretch of the imagination. We're doing really well. I've also been scouting my ass off. And there's some really good young players who are waiting for their contracts to expire before they do anything. But here is up to 3.5 stars. Still's not the best crosser, but he's doing really well. The other thing is that I thought I had switched him. They're saying ball-winning midfielder as a midfielder center. I thought I had switched him to... Yeah, I did. Halfback defend, ball control. Plays short, simple passes, shoots from distance, argues with officials, avoid using a bigger foot. We're trying to stop him from shooting from distance. I would love to figure out a way to get him from stop arguing with officials. Both he and Guehi do that. Makes me wonder if that's why Guehi has some of the yellow cards he does, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyhow, we got Lyon coming up, and then I'm totally forgetting the team after them. We'll play Lyon here in just a minute. The other news, now I don't know if I mentioned this last video or not, is that Nduka Jr. decided to opt out of his contract. I said, look, I really want you to stay. He was like, no, you brought in Van Huysen to replace me. I'm like, no, you're going to be playing next to him because I want a younger, better defensive center back than either Memisevic or Haskadunic. And he was like, I don't believe you. It was like, I can't fight that, you know. Okay, second time is the charm. I was recording the game. It threw an error that usually happens when you bring in a new skin. I thought I did the things I was supposed to do to have that not happen. In one of those days, I only have one wing back, but push comes to shove, Tweedy can play back there because he can play midfielder, and I'm comfortable with him going back there because, you know, 4 tackling, 8 positioning, what's not to like? Plus, he tries hard. So, when we were up 2-0 that last match, too, I'm really kind of miffed because it was some really good goals. So, at least the keys to me with using the Musterman skin is that if there's going to be an error in the game, the field will disappear. It goes dark. Those of you who watched a couple episodes will have seen that. And then every once in a while, it'll throw up some sort of parsing error. It's just the game being weird. Way with the nice header. His 20th goal of the season. The XML errors happen in previous versions of FM. They're just happening a lot more in 23. Ali splits the defenders, and they equalize. Excuse me. Dele Alli has refound his form, playing back in France. Basic sends it into the crowd, knocked away. Police however runs the ball down. Andre lofts it up. Agudelo. He's got guys in front. Guay is right there. Can't get it. Agudelo can't get it. Who else was that? Way. Oh, just wide left. If I had to guess, he's got 20 goals this season. I would say probably 8 of them are offset pieces. He's had a couple games where he scored 2 goals and were both off headers. Mendez got help. He's not really using it, though. Gets it to Andre. Andre feeds Basic. Puts it wide left. We're going to halftime 1-1. I am happy with our possession. I love this tactic in terms of its possession. It's not a high-scoring tactic. It's more of a keep-away tactic. The problem is really good teams will use the 30% possession they have to push the ball forward and score. Bachmann up to Demir. Mendez. I've been looking at other keepers because I'm still not sold on Akubi. I took a closer look at his numbers, and they've gone up a little bit, but not as much as I thought they should, considering how young he is and how hard he's training and how much first-team playing time he's been getting. And then I looked and saw that his value has really gone up. His expected value is like 35 to 48 million. So oh, Guay is just wide right again. I think it's one of those cases where the game is looking at his potential. And I'm looking at his potential too, going, yeah, he's got 5-star potential, but he's nowhere close to getting to it. So it could be just one of those wait-and-see games because... God, what a horrible, horrible pass. Because, you know, he should improve a lot by next season. And the season after that. And I would hope by the time he's 22, 23, he'd be at those 5 stars. Polistri can't handle it. Mendez, Polistri. Andre on a nice save by Lopez. Yeah, just about 60 minutes in. Yeah, Basic off. Bring on Memisevic. I don't want to bring Guay off. He's on a 7-5. Arbonic we're going to have to bring off and bring on Tadibi. You know, we're going to swap Agudelo and Andre and bring on Liminos, who I should have been giving more playing time to, but haven't. Lazaro. Ali, nice save by Bachmann. From a statistical point, we're dominating Lyon. Feliso, dispossessed. Zaidu sends it in. Ryerson wins the header. Bachmann gets the ball. Holds it up. He should be rolling it out to the halfback, and he does. Well done. Demir, Nemesevic, Viduka, Demir, Agudelo gives the ball away. A lot of that going on. Nemesevic steals it back, though. Tabidi. I will get that straight, or I will learn his first name. Minos, top of the box, takes a shot and skies it. Mendez. Mir gets it back. Up to Naduka. Beatty. Lofts it towards Polistri. Mendez sends it in. Agudelo is there, but Lopez reaches up and gets a hand on the ball. Lemios. Way can't get a header on it. And the highlight ends. Nuts. This is going to be another one of those games where we have a ton of shots and a ton on target and 70% possession and only score the one goal. Because we're passing like that. Ways gas, but I'm going to leave him on. Awar, dispossessed by Demir. Way gives the ball away to Zaidu. What the hell is it? I got my wingbacks on automatic. I'm attacking, so therefore they should be pushing up the field more. Way gives the ball away. Favor. Puts it up, crosses it in. Lazaro's there at the header in the 86th minute. Unflip and roll. And that is the game. You know what we're going to do? As I'm yawning here. Lose after 5 games undefeated. Lost in front of the home crowd. Or today. He's out for too many yellow cards. The vast majority of our intercepted passes are these long distance passes. We're obviously not kicking it with enough force or enough vigor, for lack of a better word, that the enemy team is stepping up and getting it. That is frustrating. That's our average position with the ball. That's not bad. It's our average position without the ball. Well, you know what? We need to go starting 11. For some reason, this inside forward is not cutting inside. Let us take a look at that. Somehow they got moved to inverted wingers. All further forward. Passing. How long that's been happening. So we're going to save the game here. And I think we are actually going to call it with the youth intake and looking at that. And I don't know how long this episode's going to be. I don't want it to go over long. So I think we're just going to call it here. What we are going to do is just go all the way to the end. We'll come back for the Bastia game. We'll do an end of season review. I realize I'm skipping a lot. I usually try for 6 to 8 episodes a season. So right now this is episode 5, so end of season will be episode 6. So we're going to end up at Bastia. We're going to do the end of season review. Right now, we're currently in 7th place. We have an opportunity to move up into 4th, challenge for 5th, challenge for 3rd, rather. So we want to try and finish around 4th and 5th place. I think that is eminently doable. So that said, I'd be interested in your feedback on the youth intake, some of the other things I talked about, in particular, some of the players I mentioned, how we're doing as a squad, how we're doing as a team, what you think I should start looking for in the offseason or for players who are on end of contract. If you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Any additional questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM Jellicoe. I thank you very much for watching.